All right, on track Tuesday tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll just talk trains and let you know what's going on with this. Talk a few things about what's coming up with our show. And you can look at this. This is almost done. Just some little touch-ups left to do on this. But very nice. I did order a bottle of Woodland Scenics water today. So we're going to re-pour this river. It's going to look really super nice. Cannot wait for that. So we'll talk about that as well. Probably have to touch up that ballast up there, touch up the other side. It's hard to see, but it doesn't look very good. I didn't quite put enough on the side there so you can see the side of the unitrack. So I'll just touch it up. That's not a big deal there. Everything else with the track looks great. So probably re-vacuum it one more time before I run trains over it. Get it all ready. So tonight we'll talk trains, and I will see you on Track Tuesday. This scene just really came together got it going this last weekend and really finished it. So I really like that road going off to the back there. Kind of drops off, like it looks like it drops down in the valley there. So this backdrop works really well with it. So we'll talk trains, and I'll see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. Got the river poured. Down here looks really good. You can still see the bottom here, even around the bridge you can. I think when I come in for a camera angle like this, it's going to be really nice. That's a much, I think, more realistic looking color. I don't mind that color. It looks like a shallow river that's got washed out in the springtime. So that's kind of what I was going for. You can still see the channel in there a little bit. My canoe in there as well. Campers down there on underneath the bridge. If you can see them down there underneath the bridge. I just put a little bit too much of the brown in the water, the realistic water mix. Probably should have. I wanted to really be more see-through, but it's okay. It worked. It worked. It looks good. It didn't turn out bad, but I really wish I would have not used quite as much brown, so you could see a little bit more of the bottom than you do. But you can kind of still see it down there. So, it just looks like a muddy river. That's what I was kind of going for, a shallow river, kind of like the Mackinac River here in this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this track down. We're going to get it ballasted. Fix some of that landscaping back there. Gonna let this dry. Gonna finish this crossing here. I'm gonna touch this up as well, and we're gonna come over here. I have to fix this little bit of track here, if you can see it. Let me get this above it. I was just shy of the bridge, just literally a quarter of an inch shy of getting this bridge in. I don't know what. I must not have connected it when I put the other track down here at the other end. It must have come unconnected for some reason. So that's what I'm going to do next. Get that taken care of, get this ballasted, get all this back in, get that crack fixed. And then I'm going to start doing the little details here in the town while that's drying. Hopefully I can get that going, and then let it dry today. Tomorrow I can come back and clean it up. And we are going to run a big grain manifest through here over these bridges with those two SD40s. I'm looking forward to it. But first, I got some work to do, so let's get that done first. All right, this is all touched up. It is drying. Oops, I knocked those over. Bending over to get back there. It's got some glue on it, so there we go. Let that dry. Got this road in here. Got the crack fixed there. Straighten that up a little bit there. I'm going to put in a little bush, maybe a couple trees there, little small trees in here, one or two. We'll see. There's where the bar is going to be. The dirt road there where the tractor was. Touched it up a little bit too. Touched this road up. Back here is ballast the best I could. I ran out of the ballast. Up here it's mixed a little bit with a different color, but that makes it look more realistic like railroads do sometimes. They do that. ICG especially. So hopefully this dries nice. That's what I'm hoping for. Not dry out. Otherwise I'll have some spots that dried out. I think this is really good. I did that there at the crossing. That is tamped down really well. It should seal up really well. I'm also going to vacuum over it, make sure it's good too. Gonna put in some cross bucks here once it's here in a little bit. Put in some more details, but that's drying back there. I gotta clean that off once it's dry, like I said, and then clean the track and engines will roll. So that's it. Here, just let this dry for a while. I'm gonna go grab some lunch, come back, start putting some little details in my town, some little details around this landscaping too as well. There's a little spot there I need to tamp down. I don't think I put any glue or anything on that spot. It's dry as a desert. So yeah, you know, this just blended in with this. I mean, like I said, I wasn't really happy with the putting a little bit too much paint in there, but it didn't turn out bad. It's a great color. So, you know, looks good. Looks good. Happy with it. I still have to do this little potting house here. I'm going to paint the color of the farmhouse, kind of make it look nice. That's just some extra I had in the kit. So we're going to get that fixed and maybe put some more people around it too. So working on, like I said, the little details. So I'm just going to let this dry for now and put some cross bucks and stuff in here. And so when I come back, I'll show you my little details and then we'll go from there. Back now, I put in the extra details. You can see this is in. I named it the Dewdrop Inn for Charlie Daniels purposes. I couldn't get the little sign green door lounge to, it was so delicate it did fall apart. Gas station here, I've got my tow truck in, got a few little details there, put those little details there as well. Putting everything back together. Running a train right now just to clean the track, as you can see it right there. Using my CRC, I was going to try to run a train, but and right there at the crossing I had it dried, but I just didn't like the way the locomotive was running over it, so I'm going to lightly put a little bit more back down in there and let it dry, but not as much as I have before, and I don't want the locomotive to pick it up. So right now the way it is, it runs over it fine. Rolling stock does okay. We're going to test it here in a minute. Maybe have some videos of a couple other trains running, but yeah, I got the little details going back in here. That's really cool. Got that going in there. He's really rolling now. So just gonna start working on this area, do a little details. For now, I think it's time to run some trains through here. So get this lumber local going and get some video. Also gonna run those SD40s. They're already programmed, so I just gotta MU them and pull a big grainer through here. So be right back.